What's going on, guys? Poison RC coming at you with another video. So I'm going to try to make this video a little bit less on the time because it's kind of a big step. So today I'm going to install on my last video I did the pillow balls on the Outcast. So today we're going to install the mount steering brace by Hot Racing. So that's going to be the upper one, obviously. And then I'm going to install the steering bell crank. So because it's all kind of all one, this is upper mount, then the steering bell crank is on the bottom here. It's kind of, might just do it all in one video. So for the steering bell crank part number, I don't know if you guys could see that, AFE 488A01. And then for the upper brace, AFE 12A01. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to set these off to the side. So you'll need some tools. I don't know why it needs to quit doing that. Okay, I shut off autofocus. So this is kind of a tricky process. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try to do as much less time as possible. So what you want to do, first obviously you want to take your motor wires, excuse me, can't even talk today, and you want to disconnect them. You want to just pull them off to the side. I don't really like how arrma's wires are stiff like that. I kind of like the soft wires. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to pull these pins out here. And they can be kind of tight, so try not to lose those pins. So you can set everything aside. We're going to lift that up. Same thing with the bottom. I'm going to push this through, the bottom pin for the braces. You're going to push that through. So that disconnects that. So that's what we kind of need. And then obviously you can see down there, this is the top brace. Pretty easy to get to. Phone do not start with me. I don't know why it does that. So you'll need a 3mm Allen. You got to take out this this bolt, this one, and this one. So 3 of those. You can start with that, but there's more process to this. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus today very well. Alright, so we need to take these hinge pins out too. So that's also 3mm. We'll go ahead and actually remove those first. On the back here, you got to watch out. There's a nut on these each side of the hinge pin. That's what holds them in. So that one came right out with Allen, so that's nice. You don't want to lose those. What I try to do is I try to pop them out. That way it doesn't fall out and I just don't see it. So there's that one. You can do the same for the other side, as you can see. So we're going to do that real quick. Try to hold that. You want to try to hold those nuts in because when you're unscrewing this, it likes to push them out sometimes. So push that out. And don't lose that nut. So there you go. So what I like to do is grab my hinge pins, and I like to put the nut back on there. That way I'm not losing a small nut. So we'll set all those aside. That one comes off. That one comes off. That's all you really need. Okay, I'm going to take out these 3 bolts real quick. I'm going to pause the video. Like I said, I'm trying to make it nice and short. Let me take those out and get back with you guys. Okay, now that I've removed those socket head screws, the 3 mils, this should just pop off just like that. So there's your top mount. And then down below here is your steering. So in order to get that off, you need I think the screw for this steering is a 2.0. So sorry about those braces, they're kind of annoying. So you take that 2mm out and you move that steering thing here. Let me see if I can't just remove this. make things just a little bit easier. This one you can't really take out because it gets stuck on the box here. So I was thinking about doing a mod and shaving that down so I could slide that pin out. But anyway, so you remove your steered linkage from your servo, and let's see if it goes straight here. So those are nice and straight. So this will just lift up. And you want to watch out, there's some washers on top here. Don't lose those. You kind of need those guys. So grab those. And there's bushings on the bottom here. Thought I just saw another washer. Yeah, I did. Wherever it just fell. Alright, hold on. Let me pause it real quick. Okay, guys, I am back. So there are bushings down here on each side of these posts for your steering bell crank. I took these out, and they kind of look like those. So they're brass steering bell crank bushings. I unpackaged the hot racing one. I've already pressed the bearings in. 4 bearings, comes with bearings, so you don't have to buy bearings. Excuse me. So there's 4 bearings, and then there's also bearings right here. It's super smooth. I really like that. I mean, it's really super smooth. I think that's going to be a lot easier on your servo, working less harder, because they are nice smooth bearings. Okay, so the next step here, obviously there's bushings in here and stuff. You could leave these 3 pieces right here on. You just got to take off your tie rod ends, but kind of ran into a problem. This one is like stuck on solid, and this one is moving a little bit. So yeah, arrma's kind of over tightened the screw, I think, because I can't seem to get it off. So I'm going to pause the video and kind of work with trying to get that off. So it's kind of like a nut style on the back here, and then there's screws on each side, obviously for individual tie rod ends, but they're 2.5 millimeters. So in case you guys were wondering, let me pause it. Let me see if I can't get these off, and I'll tell you how big of a pain in the butt it was. Alrighty, guys, I am back. Yeah, that was a little bit of struggle, but here they are. The screws, you're going to have to take these screws completely out to go ahead and use them in your next steering bell crank. So the easier way to do this is once you get the screw loose, go ahead and spin it off like this with the nut. It's a little bit easier that way than backing all the screws out. That'll at least get it off, and then you can take the screws off from there. Just a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and take these screws out real quick, and I'll get back with you. Okay, the screws are out, and I did notice something with arrma. So, I don't know, maybe it's just they didn't really think about this, but they had the bushings, the other bushings for this. Obviously, I could go ahead and put them back in for you guys. Not that it's not going to make a difference. But, so the bushings on top and bottom. But I did notice after taking this off, because this is on the bottom, they actually did use bearings in there. So, good job, arrma, for stepping up the game a little bit. There's bearings on the inside of them, too. So, there's 2 bearings. Stepping up the game and putting a little effort into their RCs, like some people that like to do that. That's a good quality material right there. I was glad to see a company put a little effort in their stuff. So, not that it makes difference, but I'm going to wipe down these posts just a little bit. They might have dirt or something on them. And then you're going to grab your new steering bell crank. Voila. Nice quality metal. And the bearings are already on there. So I'm going to... You kind of have to put these on together in order for it to slide on. Just like that. So there we go. Okay. hopefully that won't be an issue. So I see issue already. This bottom part is rubbing on the axle. So hopefully when I finish installing this that I won't do that. Because right now it's rubbing a little bit. When I tighten it down, hopefully it'll suck this up a little bit. If not, I'm sure it'll just wear itself. Okay, so that's installed like that, but we have to do one thing, and that's take this back off. See, they get kind of stuck, and we need to put these back on. So let me go ahead and do that. They're the 2 screws. I'm going to go ahead and screw these in. I'll get back with you guys. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to pause my music here. So it is... You gotta be kidding me right now. Okay, so I put that on and that was supposed to be swiveled. So there's a mistake to know. Make sure that this is on the other side of this before you put it on. So now I gotta take it back off. Hold on. Okay, so you learn from your mistakes. Make sure that that was on the other side when you go to install it. See, I'm not an expert. Never will say I ever will be. You learn from your mistakes. So, whoops. Let's see if I can't get this to pop on here. Alright, there's that. Get this arm back to where it was. Get this arm back to where it was. Okay, so now that that's hooked up, make sure your bearings are pressed in. You want to grab your 2mm screw for this steering. Like I was telling you, where did that go? Okay, grab your 2mm Allen. And you're going to go ahead and screw that back in place. Just like that. Okay, so you can move those off to the side because now we got to put the top bracket on. So now that's officially installed. Not too bad, besides I had a little trouble getting it off. But other than that, it wasn't a bad. And I'm still kind of shocked that arrma used bearings in there. Some people just use the bushings. So now for the top brace, wherever it's at, sit right here. I'm going to grab this fancy piece. It includes screws. I honestly don't think you'll need it, but so here's the top brace. Nice and grooved out right there. It says Hot Racing. I've always liked their machining on their products. So we are going to go ahead and place that on there just like that. Let me see real quick. I'm going to get these screws out of the package to see if they're slightly longer. Maybe that's why they included them. They're actually slightly shorter by probably 4mm. So I guess you'll want to use those. So I'm going to pop this back on, and I'm going to put these washers I was telling you guys about. Go ahead and make sure that you put those back on there. Go ahead and press this on. You kind of want to press those on a little bit. I did notice when I did that it popped on just a little bit more. Okay, so now you're going to grab your 2.5 screws that came with the Hot Racing top brace. They're slightly different. And you're going to go ahead and thread these guys in. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. I'll pause it. Okay, so I officially put those screws in. I did notice this back one seemed like it was never ending on threading, so hopefully that won't be an issue. So, A-arms, you want to make sure, back you up a little bit, that they're not, obviously not going to fit like that. So I just want to make sure that they're like this. Set them down. Steering is straight. It'll help you guide those pins in. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and grab your hinge pins and slide them back in. Grab your nut. Whoops. Don't lose your nut. Okay, that's kind of weird. Grab a 3mm. Not sure if those are threaded or what. Let me grab my other hinge pin and see. That's kind of weird. So let me slide this hinge and see what it does. Okay, that's kind of weird, unless you... I wonder if you put the screws in from the back, because there's nothing to keep them from sliding out, so that's kind of weird. So, hold on real quick, I'm going to do a little investigation. Okay, never mind, folks. It was just really weird going in. There actually are nuts in here. For some reason, it just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. Then I just realized that I wasn't threading it in all the way. So there are nuts in there. So forgive me on that. Like I said, I'm not no expert. I'm just trying to give videos for people that are freshly in the RC industry or want to see how things are mounted before they buy it. So that's that. You go ahead and put your bottom brace back on. And then you could grab your top brace and put your pin through it. So your pin goes for there. And let's see. Then you grab, sorry I wasn't showing you guys too well. Put your body clip on there, just like that. Okay, now we'll go up to the front and do the same. Longer one's going to be on the bottom. And these are kind of temperamental. You got to flex kind of like the whole shock, it seems like, the shock tower, to get them to kind of work. So you want to make sure that the body clip or whatever is pressed in. Okay, no, so now you want to grab your small one. Do the same thing for the top. And the top one seems to always be the pain in the butt. Just a fair warning. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's going to be kind of fight me. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of a struggle with this thing. Alright, so now you're going to grab your body clip, and then you're just going to go ahead and put it in, and that is the complete process, how to put your steering bell crank on and your upper brace. So that's it for that video. I hope it was a little helpful to you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later on for my next upgrade. And obviously you want to hook up your motor wires back up when you're done. I'm going to leave them undone for the time being because I have to do my next upgrade for you guys. Alrighty, I'll talk to you guys later.